Around here, sports mean more. Every game, every rivalry, every big moment. Charlie Jones and the Big Time Sports team bring you the stories, the highlights, and the hometown pride. From New Philadelphia and beyond, we put local athletes in the spotlight. This is Big Time Sports Ohio. Local sports. Big time coverage.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of Big Time Sports. My name's Joe Dunn. Here's your invitation to stay with us for the next 25 minutes as we talk high school football all over the Stark County area. And if you're a high school football fan, you know about 2 weeks away from the opening of the 2026 season. And a reminder, this is the place to be for your high school football coverage. Each week we have a different team and head coach and players. They'll talk about their program and give you a view of what's happening at their respective school. And of course, every week we do high school football play-by-play, and week number one, we got a special for you. We are doing 2 games on week number one. Friday night, August 21st, I'll be out at Northwest High School to bring you the game between Alliance and Northwest. You'll be able to watch that game Friday night and again Saturday morning. Meanwhile, we'll also bring you that game between Glen Oak and Dover. That is Matt Dennison returning to Tuscarawas County. He was a coach at New Philadelphia for many years, so put those 2 games on your calendar. Stay with us. We'll update you each week about the games we're doing and the coaches and players we're going to have on our program each week. Right now, it's time to introduce our featured coach and featured team this week, the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, champions of the Federal League. And as I was telling the coach before the program, I've been doing this show maybe 10, 12 years. This is the very first time I've had a head coach on from my alma mater, the Garfield Golden Rams up at Akron. Welcome, Coach Renzi Parnell. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
I'll tell you what, let's go back last year at this time. You're a brand new head coach at Canton McKinley, been up in Hobart for 12 years. What is the difference right now as you sit here compared to where you were last year? A lot more comfortable, I'm sure, but what's the difference?
Well, the expectations, you know what I mean? So the players, they understand the expectation and the level we need to be at to get to our goals.
Yeah. Of course, last year you had an outstanding year. You won the Federal League, got into the second round of the playoffs, lost a tough one, I think a 1-point loss to Menor. You want to go a little bit farther this year, but let's take a look right now, maybe the expectations for this year. You're Canton McKinley coach down there, you know what the expectations are when you're the coach of the Bulldogs, but let's take a look first at the offense. You got one of the best running backs in Ohio coming back there. So tell us about the offense and what do you expect out of that side of the football? Yeah,
we're going to grow and build off what we did last year, and you're absolutely right. We got some high profile players. We think Kylan West is one of the best. We're really excited about our quarterback, Braylon Crook, as well, and so it's going to be exciting to see what we can do.
Exactly. What about that offensive line? You can't run the football, protect the pass unless you got the big guys up front. What's the offensive line look like? Yeah,
so we got a little bit more size this year and some experience. We got some guys from last year that got some good experience coming back, so that's great to have. You know, you only grow from there.
Were you able to put in your weight program after you got up down to McKinley last year? And have you seen the guys get bigger, stronger, and faster from what you had last year to now what you experienced this year?
Yeah, that's huge, right? I mean, it takes time. So when I got the job in the spring, you know, you're starting to build that process then. But now we had a full off season, right? So this is the first year with us having a full off season of our weight program, and it makes a big difference.
Exactly. What about the defense? I've often felt that he's a kid the fans up at Akron. You know, offense sells tickets and defense wins championships.
Right.
What about your you were a defensive guy. You were a coordinator up at Hobart for 12 years.
Absolutely.
What about that side of the football?
Yeah, I'm super excited. We'll be fast. We'll be physical. So now it's just playing with the right technique and continuing to expand what we do.
Yeah. Special teams. I remember Jim Tressel, I worked with up at Akron, said the most important play in football is the punt. I'm not sure I agreed with him, but what about special teams? How do you feel about your group?
Well, I feel the same. That is the most important play. I do agree with him. But, yeah, we're excited there. So we got to replace a kicker. We lost our senior kicker last year, Tommy Mankowski. So this time of the year, we're going through a lot of that special team work and trying to get better.
I'll tell you, what about that opening game with Warren Harding? I think you opened up with them last year. You knocked them off 43-25. Harding has always been perennially, you know, growing up in Ohio, they have always been one of the better programs in the state. What do you know about them leading up into week number one?
They still are. You know, they got a ton of talent up there. They're always loaded, and they do it. They're coached very well. They got a really good coach, Matt Richardson, who I coached with at Hoban. So a really good guy. He's going to have them ready to play. There's your schedule, Coach. You open up with Warren Harding, then you got a big one up at St. Ed's. You come back with the Sandusky Blue Streaks before you open up with Federal League play. But, boy, those first three will be a challenge for you. Yeah, absolutely. So we like it like that, though, right? So the more you challenge yourself, the better you'll be. What about the Federal League? You got your first look and your first dose of Federal League football last year. A lot of people think it's a great league in Ohio. Small communities who really love their football. What were your thoughts as you made the rounds around the Federal League? Yeah, I agree. Really good league, right? Coached very well. I always say really good quarterback play in that league. So yeah, we'll be excited to do it again. We had some nail biters last year in that league, so it'll be fun. Exactly. What about your preseason scrimmage schedule this time of year? I think you're at, what, 2 scrimmages now? Well, yes, 2 scrimmages. It used to be 3. I think it's down to 2 now. Down to 2. So our first scrimmage will be a 4-way. We'll do plays with 3 other teams. Those teams will be Glenville High School, Trotwood High School, and also Westerville North. Okay. And then our second scrimmage will be with the same we had last year with Olentangy Berlin. Okay. Yep. What's it like playing all your home games at that beautiful stadium? I still call it Fawcett Stadium. I grew up calling it that. I've been trying to get used to it over the years, but that's got to be a dream come true as a first-year head football coach, coming out there and playing in that facility every Friday night or Saturday night. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to play in that type of venue. And right there at the Hall of Fame, so it's awesome. Yeah. Tell us about your assistant coaches. I know one of them pretty well, but what about that group you got working for you? Yeah, I mean, look, some of them are family, you know what I mean? So it's pretty good. We brought a lot of our staff from Hoban as well. We've got co-offensive coordinators, Daryl Moore and Chris Davis, and it's a big Kent State group as well that play for Dean Pease. So yeah, we're excited. What about your youth program? I know I think a couple of years ago they tried to combine all the youth teams and youth programs in Stark County under one umbrella. What about your youth program there at McKinley? Do you have a hands-on type thing? You monitor that pretty well? Or? Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. We want to grow the program from what we did last year. Right now it's an inner city program, and we've got multiple teams on each level. So we want to continue to grow it and get into some of the Federal League games where we're playing other Federal League teams as well. Exactly. I think you brought 3 of your players with you tonight, 3 guys that you're counting on to have a big year. But what about the numbers at McKinley? I know you look around the state of Ohio, some schools, they're having a hard time getting the numbers up. I've seen a couple schools, smaller schools in Ohio, they made the announcement they're not going to have football this year, which I hate because it's a great sport. What about the numbers at McKinley? A lot of guys out there wanting to play for the Bulldogs? Yeah, decent amount. Obviously, we're going to aim to have more in the future, but right now we're probably 70 varsity and JV kids. We'll probably have 25 to 30 freshman kids in addition to that. Okay. So, yeah, not bad. That's a good number. Yeah. Once you introduce these 3 guys, we're going to bring up one at a time, but overall, what about these 3 guys? What do they bring to the team this year? Well, they're all leaders, I'll tell you that. They lead on and off the field, which I'm most proud of. So all 3 of them. So I'm excited about them. I'm excited about their football play, but mostly excited about the character that they bring as well. Now, do you think leaders is it inside them, or do you have to kind of train leaders, or do those guys kind of weed themselves out and become natural leaders on a football team? Yeah, both. I mean, yeah, we absolutely, we work on leadership skills. We train that type of thing, but these guys here are naturals. Okay. Yeah. Well, Coach, stay put, because we're going to bring up these young guys to talk about their expectations on the field as a football player at Canton McKinley. So don't go away. We are back with more Big Time Sports right after this.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia, or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota, on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, and show our customer the right way, but then too, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Welcome back to Big Time Sports. As we said, our featured team this week, none other than the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Renzi Parnell is here, the Federal League and Stark County Coach of the Year last year, and he has high expectations for this year's edition of the Bulldogs. They will open up at home on Friday night, August 21st, against a good Warren Harding football team. That'll be a challenge for the Bulldogs. And Coach, you talked a little bit about Warren. When does the preparation for a game begin? You got a lot of things in your mind right now, trying to get everything settled offensive and defensively. When will that scouting kick in now for that opener on the 21st?
Yeah, I mean, usually right after that second scrimmage, you start trying to look ahead. Right now, you got to build the fundamentals.
Sure.
So it's all about fundamentals, technique, working those type of things to establish a good football team. Without
giving away too many secrets, you sit down and scout, look at the tape. What are some of the things that jump out at when you initially look at the tape? What do you look for?
Well, obviously you're looking in the trenches. See offensive line, defensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of
where the keys. Yeah.
That's where it starts, right? So we're looking at that play and how those guys play, and then the schematics of what they're doing.
Okay, Coach, you got a guy sitting to your left. He's one of the 3 young men that you brought on the program this week. Why don't you introduce him and tell him where he's going to play this year and what his expectations are for him?
Yeah, so it's Shad Davis. Where he's going to play is everywhere for us, right? he's one of those guys that does a lot for us, both offense, defense, and special teams.
Okay. Yep. Well, Shad, welcome to the program. You're going to be a busy guy this year because Coach says you're going to play everywhere, all over the football field. Does that make you happy when you hear that you can get plugged in anywhere and he's got confidence on you?
Yeah, I love it.
What about preparation for this year? You're going to be playing a lot of different places. How do you prepare for that as far as getting physically stronger and running and getting in shape? What are some of the things you did getting ready for practice?
Just stay focused and just practice what I need to practice before the game each week.
How much do you enjoy practice? I mean, everybody loves playing games, but it's practice that separates the guys that get better and the ones that stay put. What about practice? Do you love practice, or do you just wake up every morning and say, this is something I got to go through to get better?
No, I love practice. I love football. I love waking up every day, coming here and seeing the guys and just playing with them every day.
Can you remember, I'm guessing you're a Canton guy. I've been there your whole life. When was the first time you went to a McKinley football game and thought, man, I cannot wait till I get that uniform on and someday I'll be a McKinley Bulldog? Can you remember the first time you went to a home game and what it was like and what your thoughts were?
To be honest, I don't remember, but when I came up my 8th grade year playing football from Crenshaw, I always thought I'm going to be a varsity player.
Yeah. What about taking care of business in the classroom and having time for football? That's always tough because you got practice, you got to get home, get something to eat, you got to get some sleep, you got to get up and go again. How do you kind of manage all that every day to make sure that you're good on Friday night?
Eat, sleep, and repeat.
I like that. First time I've heard that. Eat, sleep, repeat. And drink a lot of water. Yep. Hydration. I talk to guys every year in our program about hydration, and all of them say, yeah. How tough is it to drink all the water that you're supposed to drink every day? Are you one of those guys that carry around their own little water bottle, or how do you make sure you get all that water in your system?
Yeah, actually, my coach brings me a big jug of water every day for practice. I drink every day.
Every day?
Every day.
So what's that, a gallon or a quart, or what is that?
To be honest, probably, I don't even know, like a gallon. Sorry.
What about looking back at your career thus far at McKinley? Maybe a game that you think you played, not a perfect game, but you look back and say, man, I really had it going that night. Can you look back to last year and about a game that you really feel good about and you're going to try and do the same thing this year every Friday night?
Yeah, probably Green. I had a good game against Green. Cleveland Heights too. That was probably one of my best games.
Okay, when you line up defensively, do you play at the corner, do you play linebacker, safety, or where are you lined up usually on defense? Maybe where you prefer to play on defense?
I line up everywhere, but I usually play strong safety or nickel.
So you got to be a hitter back there. I mean, you got to help the run support, and you got to be able to cover back there. What point to the game do you feel like you guys got things covered pretty well? I mean, the first quarter you're feeling each other out. You get into maybe that second or third possession. When do you start feeling confident you can control their offense? When does that happen during a game?
Third down. Third down, that's when we control the game. We be calm, and we got to get off the field for our offense to come in and score.
Yeah. Looking back at your career at McKinley, where are some of the toughest places to play in the Federal League, where you get on the bus on a Friday night and thinking, man, this is going to be tough. Those fans are going to be all over you. Where's some of those tough places to play?
Probably Lake, Jackson.
Yeah, those fans are right on top of you there. Yeah. Those are great venues. What about your future? Do you want to play football at the next level, or you're just concentrating right now on doing your best at McKinley?
My plan is going to play college football.
Okay. What would you like to study? Have you made up your mind what you want to study yet, or is that still up in the air as far as what you want to do?
Probably sports business.
Okay. What about your teammates? I mean, Coach brought you here because you're a leader. Do you feel like you can mentor some of those young guys that maybe are in the program for the first year? Do you take them under your wing and try and show them what it's like to be a Bulldog?
Yeah, of course. I got a lot of confidence in my teammates, and I feel like they could get the job done.
Let's flip the page then. When you were coming up maybe as a young Bulldog, who were some of the guys, maybe some of the seniors that did the same thing for you, took you under your wing and kind of showed you what it was like to be a Bulldog?
Probably Dante, Dior, and Nino.
You still keep in touch with those guys?
Yeah.
I tell you, Coach, you got a good one right here. When you first met this young man, you're the head coach at McKinley, you're coming down, you're new, you haven't met these guys before. What was your first impression of this guy when you saw him play?
Yeah, competitor, right? Absolute competitor. And our first team meeting, I actually pulled him to the side and told him, hey, you can be my guy, you know what I mean? So I knew, you could see right away on film, you know, the potential and the competitiveness that he played with.
Sounds good. Well, Coach has a lot of confidence in you. It looks like you're going to be all over the place starting on that first night. So thanks for coming over tonight, and best of luck this year.
Thanks for inviting me.
Okay, we're going to take a break. Everybody stay put. We got another young man that's going to come up here and talk McKinley football right after this timeout.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You've got only one body, so why not take care of it? Let iCryo Wellness and Recovery help you live a healthy lifestyle. iCryo will introduce you to recovery and wellness with their proven techniques that will surely make your body and mind a whole lot healthier. Evaluate your lifestyle with iCryo. Don't wait. Call now, 330-451-6365.
When it comes to your health, trust the expertise close to home. Pomerene Hospital, nationally recognized for excellence in community health, serves Tuscarawas and Holmes counties with compassionate, specialized care. From pain management to gastroenterology and women's health, our local offices are just minutes away. Pomerene Hospital, where advanced medicine meets a commitment to our neighbors. Learn more at pomerenehospital.org.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports as we continue our conversation with head coach Renzi Parnell, head football coach Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Before we talk to the coach, I want to remind you, 2 big games coming up here on the very first Friday night of high school football. I'll be over at Canal Fulton Northwest High School. The game between Alliance and Northwest should be a good game. Meanwhile, we'll be down in Tuscarawas County, down at Dover as Glen Oak. Head coach Matt Dennison returns to Tuscarawas County to take on his one-time arch rival. Of course, Matt was head coach at New Philly for years. Now he'll go down and take on Dover. You'll be able to watch both those games right here on Big Time Sports in week number 1, Friday night, August 21st. As we said, we're chatting with Renzi Parnell, head football coach at Canton McKinley. And Coach, you've been doing this a long time. Defensive coordinator up at Hoban, second year at McKinley. Is it still fun? You still get the butterflies this time of year with the season a couple weeks away, the energy returns and everything? What's it like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that'll never stop, right? That energy, and you can smell it in the air every year.
Do you miss it when it's off season? Of course, you got weight training and keeping track of all these guys, but you kind of miss the Friday nights once it's over?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you one of those guys that's in his own routine? You wake up on a Friday on game day, pretty much do the same thing. Do you have any superstitions you go through on game day, or is that kind of overblown a little bit?
Yeah, I wouldn't say superstitions, but I spend some time with my wife at lunch every Friday, so that's kind of our little,
Any special restaurant you go to, anything special you eat, or has that changed every Friday?
No, it's usually a breakfast spot, I'll say that.
There you go. Okay. You got a young guy sitting next to you. Why don't you introduce him?
Yeah, this is DeJuan Robinson. He's a senior for us also, and as far as position, he plays multiple spots for us in the defensive backfield and one of our leaders. DeJuan,
welcome to the program. About 2 weeks away from getting it going again. How excited are you to get this season underway, and how much do you miss it? I talked to the coach how much he misses it. How much you miss it when that final game is over and you got to wait almost a whole year till you get it going again?
Man, I say I miss it the whole time, really. Like, as soon as the off-season lifting, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like,
how much of a break do you take? Last year, you won your first playoff game. I think you beat Medina. Beat them pretty handily. Then you lose that 1-point game. When did you take some time off before you start working out again? What was your thought process after that?
Really, the loss, it really was going through it. I was really thinking about it a lot because, you know, being up and losing that short, you always got to think about something like that. But I was eager, ready to get back in the weight room, ready to get back working.
A lot of people watching right now have not been in a high school weight room. They have no idea what it's like in there. Tell us about it, with the music playing, guys getting after it, encouraging everybody. What's it like in a high school weight room, and how much fun was it? Or maybe it's too much work. What's it like in there for guys like you that want to get after it?
One, it's very loud. With the music, with the weights just dropping, big weights, everything, we're all lifting. It's just very loud. Everybody's just focused.
Is it a fun atmosphere? Or is it some guys, you've got to be one of the leaders there, and there are guys that are encouraging people to work hard, or what's that like?
Yeah, I would say it's very intense as well. Like, as far as being a leader, walking around, make sure everybody doing what they're doing, and also getting my things done.
What about your routine on a Friday? You get up, you go to school. What are some of the things you do to get mentally ready for the football game that Friday night? When do you start thinking about that game on Friday? The first time you wake up, or does it increases as the day goes on?
It definitely increases as the day goes on, because I start to feel it more. But I don't really do anything. I really just be more on the silent side, especially at school and stuff, just making sure I know what I got to do, make sure I got it down.
Is there any special food you want to eat before the game, or is that something that the coach decides what you guys are going to eat before you get on the bus?
Yeah, basically it's like what the coach decides what we eat in the kitchen.
Yeah. Tell us about the first time you came to a McKinley football game, and of course you're sitting there watching guys you maybe saw in the neighborhood, or you saw grew up. What was it like for you first time you put that uniform on? Maybe you're on the sidelines, the coach points to you, you get into that game, very first play in a Bulldog uniform. What was that like?
It's an unreal feeling. Like, you just can't really feel it. Like, you gotta just be there to like explain.
Can you remember what game it was and what the situation was when you got in there for the first time?
Yeah, I think I was a sophomore. We was going against Jackson. This is the first time we went against them because we played them in the playoffs that year. It's the first time we went against them. I went on kickoff because one of our guys just took a pick six back, Brian Ingram. And I ran down, had a good play, hit the guy, made a good play, made a good tackle.
I tell you, there's nothing like high school football on a Friday night, and enjoy this year. I know it's going to go fast, and we'll see you down at the stadium.
Yes, sir.
Coach, again, stay put, because we've got one more left, one more young man that's sitting back waiting to get up here and talk some football, so don't go away. We're back right after this timeout.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia, or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota, on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
Well, if you're a Canton McKinley football fan, you have come to the right place tonight because we were talking Bulldog football with the head football coach, Renzi Parnell. Opens up the season at home on Friday night, August 21st. That'll be Warren Harding, the Panthers coming in. Coach, I can remember there was 2 high schools in Warren. I'm not showing my age right now. Western Reserve and Warren Harding. Right. I remember I was manager of the Rubber Bowl, and one year they played each other, and all the traffic was coming from one way over in that Youngstown area. We had to call out, I think, the highway patrol to make sure the buses got in, but that is a great football town over there in Warren.
Absolutely it is, yeah.
I'll tell you what, this young guy has been waiting patiently to get up here and talk some football. Why don't you introduce him?
Yeah, this is Braylon Crook, and he will be our quarterback this year. Quarterback,
which means you are the team leader. There's no doubt. Once the quarterback is selected, you, whether you want to be or not, you're a team leader. As a team leader, what are some of the things you want to try and instill in the other players? What are some of your goals right now to be, as a leader?
Just be confident in your craft. You know, we've been working all off season, grinding, lifting weights, practicing, so just be confident.
As you would grade yourself as a quarterback, let's say you're sitting up in the stands, you're watching yourself play, you got a little clipboard there. What are your strengths as a quarterback, and what do you have to get better at?
I feel like my ability to extend plays with my legs and my deep ball.
Do you call most of your plays, or those come in from the sidelines, or tell us about that?
Plays come from the sidelines usually.
Okay. Now, if you run a series or two, can you go back and talk to the coach or the offensive coordinator and say, hey, I think after I've played against these guys for a couple of series, I think this is what's going to work. Can you give them some ideas once you go back on the sideline?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like football is a big game of adjustments, so whoever adjusts the quickest, the fastest, that's a big part of the game.
Yeah, we talked to the coach a little bit ago about what he looks for on tape. Obviously, when you're looking at tape, you're looking at the defense. What are some of the things that jump out at you when you're looking at the defense you're going to play on a Friday night?
Defensive front usually, and then corner safeties, their tendencies, what they run.
Yeah. Do you feel confident when things break down, you can make something happen with your legs? Let's see, the play's called, coverage is there, pressure's coming, you got to make something happen. How comfortable are you to putting that ball under your hip and say, let's go?
I'm really confident. I ran track season this past year, so I'm really confident I like to run. So.
Have you always been a quarterback? Is that something you were growing up, or did you switch to quarterback later in life?
I've been playing quarterback since 2nd grade. So.
Okay. Was that a position you knew you wanted to play, or maybe your first season of Pee Wee football or youth football, they said, hey, you're going to be a quarterback?
That's something I always wanted to play, so I really like it.
Who are some of the quarterbacks maybe you're patting yourself after, or maybe you watch on a Saturday or a Sunday, or you've seen other guys play quarterback? Is there somebody out there that you try and emulate a little bit?
Definitely Lamar Jackson.
Okay, I'll tell you, that's a great guy to emulate because he is something special. But I'll tell you, Coach, you got a good one right here. You got to have confidence in this guy. He's your quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. Yep.
Yeah. Was he a guy that was jumped out right away at you too? That you knew he was going to be your guy?
Yeah, his really about his leadership, his poise, the way he carries himself. So those are some of the the essential keys you need at the quarterback position.
And you guys got to be on the same page. I mean, he's got to be almost like a son to you sometimes as far as what's going on out
absolutely, there. Absolutely, yeah, he absolutely is.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you, Coach, congratulations on last year. I know you want to do better this year, but best of luck for this season.
I appreciate you having us.
Okay, next week the Manchester Panthers will be here. Coach Staley will be here to talk about his football team. So thanks to Canton McKinley. We'll see you back here next week with more Big Time Sports.
Around here, sports mean more. Every game, every rivalry, every big moment. Charlie Jones and the Big Time Sports team bring you the stories, the highlights, and the hometown pride. From New Philadelphia and beyond, we put local athletes in the spotlight. This is Big Time Sports Ohio. Local sports, big time coverage.